Hey guys, so we have the full scan for V-Jump this month for Dokkan, and we already know that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is coming. I just wanted to make a video talking about the full scan because before we had like this much of the scan out, right? And we were only able to see this. Now we have this. So I want to see if there's any other info here we could really talk about. And I looked through it, and there really isn't that much else. I mean, the one question people have was like, okay, when is this guy dropping? And it doesn't really say. The left side of the scan is still a little bit cut off, so I think maybe, when we get the full HD version of this, we'll be able to see what it says to the left of this page, because it is still a little bit cut off. You know, the bottom portion, like there's something here, it's cut off. This sentence is cut off, so maybe it'll give us a hint when we get the full scan as to exactly when this guy's going to come out. I mean, right now, the Frieza banner goes away in a few days. I'm recording this on the 18th of October. And then after that, I mean, we have no idea what's coming. People are expecting a part 2 to the Frieza celebration, which I think if they were going to do a part 2, within the next day or two, we would probably see a preview for whoever, whichever LR is coming or whatever banner is coming up next. But this guy could be coming as early as like the 31st of this year. They've dropped a Dokkan Festival character on the 31st of October for the past like few years in a row, I think. So the fact that this guy could be coming as early as October 31st is a pretty telling sign of what could potentially be coming next. And there's something that I just really wanted to talk about. The only big piece of information that we're basically able to see from the full scan itself is on the very bottom. Let's see if I can just zoom in all the way here. So this sentence right here in red, this is talking about the Dokkan and Super Dragon Ball Heroes. As you can see right here, SDBH collaboration is definitely coming, and it says to just look forward to it being implemented. So it's very mysterious that, well, not really mysterious, but it's very fitting, I would say, that they're releasing a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in V-Jump. They're showing him off in V-Jump, and then the same exact scan, they're teasing the Dragon Ball Heroes collab coming soon. Like, is that a coincidence? I don't know. But again, I think I talked about this in my last video covering the Gogeta. I don't think they're just throwing this guy out there as a normal Dokkan Festival exclusive character on a normal Dokkan Fest, not even a dual Dokkan Fest. This is not going to be some kind of like hype celebration. I think this is just going to be a normal celebration where it's just like, okay, randomly Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is coming out. But the reason why I think they're doing this now is because I think the Heroes collaboration, celebration, whatever, in November is going to sort of tie in with this guy releasing, whether or not they're going to expand on the Super Saiyan 4 theme. Maybe they're going to introduce the Super Saiyan 4 category. Maybe this guy introduces the Super Saiyan 4 category. I think it's possible, because if you remember back when we had the Int Goku Black release, the Int Goku Black brought the Time Travelers category to the game, right? And that was very important for the Dragon Ball Heroes collab, because that introduced that category. And if you go to the Dragon Ball Heroes category, every single unit on this category is pretty much on the Time Travelers category. So in order to tie this category together, because this was also, keep in mind, before the Dragon Ball Heroes category existed. So that Int Goku Black was a way for Dokkan to tie together this, all these collab units, because you have a bunch of different units. You have like Super Pikkon, you have Super Saiyan 3 Zeno Goku and Vegeta, you have Supreme Kai Time, you have Miura, you have this version of Demigod. Like, there's so many different characters that would be impossible to include on the same team on the Dragon Ball on any category. But Time Travelers really tied it together. And so that was their reasoning behind releasing that Int Goku Black, sort of at the same time as the Dragon Ball Heroes collab came out. I mean, it was a little bit afterwards, but it's around the same time period that we're getting this Gogeta. So what this Gogeta could do is this Gogeta could, he could actually usher in the Super Saiyan 4 category to the game. And then the Dragon Ball Heroes collab next month could introduce like 4 or 5 Super Saiyan 4 characters that we don't have right now. Like Super Saiyan 4 Broly, we have the Zeno Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, we have that as well, but we have the Zeno Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, as well as Super Saiyan 4 Zeno Gogeta, we have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, we have, all these Super Saiyan 4 characters that otherwise would not be able to exist in Dokkan without the collaboration with Heroes going on. Now, do I think they're going to release all of those Super Saiyan 4 characters at the same time? Definitely not, because they're all super hype. I mean, that would be insane if they just released a Super Saiyan 4 like Heroes collab banner and it was just a bunch of Super Saiyan 4 characters. But I think for Heroes, we're most likely going to see some tie-in with Super Saiyan 4 just based off of the fact that this guy's coming out now, and I don't think that's a coincidence at all. So that's that. And then I just also wanted to quickly talk about this point down here, which is mentioning a new story event that's coming out alongside this Gogeta, which is going to be in reference, or directly, I guess, following the events of Dragon Ball GT episode 55. And it says right here, this is pretty much the episode where Vegeta is recounting all of his encounters with Goku, where he fought against Goku and stuff like that. And it's sort of setting up the stage for when Vegeta turns into Super Saiyan 4. And from this story event, we're going to be able to obtain a new character, which is Vegeta GT, and then this is the SSR version, and then he's going to awaken into the UR version of Vegeta GT Giant Ape. So what I'm getting from this is that this Vegeta Giant Ape unit is just going to be a Vegeta GT unit that has a giant transformation into a Great Ape. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that. It'll also be interesting to see if they eventually expand this story event, maybe to go to open up more stages later on. Maybe this guy awakens into an LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta that's free to play. That would be insane. But it would also, again, help out the Super Saiyan 4 category, which this guy might introduce. This guy does have an active skill with a voice. That's what it says right here. Active skill with a voice, but it doesn't say what it does. This guy is not an LR. He's a UR right here. He says UR. But other than that, this doesn't really give any more details on what this guy could potentially be doing. Me personally, so if they're not going to go through the same 4 category for this guy, which I think, again, with Heroes coming up, it's pretty likely, what I would like to see them do is go down a similar path that they did with the Angel Golden Frieza, which is not introduce a new category for the 100th time, right? But take 2 categories, give it a key plus 4 leader skill, or 2 categories that are already existing in the game, pre-existing categories, give it a key plus 4 leader skill, maybe do 150 across the board, and that will help flesh out a lot of these categories that really need a lot of help. And coincidentally, I think 2 categories that could benefit a lot from that treatment are Fusion and Fusion and Shadow Dragon Saga. Because if you take a look at the Shadow Dragon Saga right now, the only real usable leaders are Omega, the physical Omega, as well as the Oceanus Shenron. Actually, let me open up Japan. Is there anything different? No, I think it's the exact same lineup. So the problem with Omega being the leader, well, it's not really a huge problem with it, but your best characters by far are Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Those are your best leaders. We also have the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta down here, but he is like way outdated. He's not bad by any means. He definitely is useful with the way he debuffs the enemies. His counters are by far his best asset, but I think if you can have this guy be the leader for the Shadow Dragon Saga and giving 4 key as a leader skill, that like automatically puts this category way ahead of what it would have been otherwise. Plus, we'll also get this guy getting an EZA soon. We're going to have this guy getting an EZA soon. Whenever the STR Omega Shenron EZA event comes back, this guy should be getting an EZA, which should be soon. I think it's the next one that should come back. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Then we're also going to be getting this Vegeta free to play. Maybe he's going to be good enough to be used in like Super Battle Order for this event or for this category. And keep in mind, we're probably going to be getting EZA for either the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta or the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, this guy or the Goku. Now, the reason why I'm thinking it's going to be this Vegeta over the Goku for the celebration is because of the fact that the Goku is not in the Shadow Dragon Saga category. So I think for this celebration that's going to coincide with this guy's release, we will probably be getting the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta EZA. That's my prediction for that. So another option we can use for this team. Now, obviously, he's going to have to compete directly with the LR, who's going to... It's going to be a tall order to have him compete with this guy. But if this guy is like a support type unit, let's say they just keep his passive the same, right? His passive is actually already pretty decent. All he really needs is a stat boost. But they add on to this, like I don't know, Shadow Dragon Saga category allies attack and defense plus 20% and key plus 1. That would be enough to where it gives this guy an edge over this guy if you need that extra key and supporting effects to take down a stage. So I think that would be a good way to do his EZA or something like that. I don't know. I hope they actually do it a little bit more unique than that, but I would take that. And then in terms of typing for this guy, I'm specifically looking at the Shadow Dragon Saga because this is this category that needs the most help. Well, Fusions could also use a lot of help, but Fusions has been getting more fleshed out recently. Still a little bit lacking. I mean, like, they're good with leaders, right? But they don't have a 4-key leader, which I think this guy could help out a lot with because, yeah, key is not really an issue with this team because they all link really well together, but I think it could help. Actually, you know what? Thinking about it now, I think what I would want to see them do is maybe Super Saiyan 4, key plus 4, 170 across the board, because it's going to be super, super niche. Like, the category is not going to have a lot of characters on it. It's not going to be expansive at all. And then the other portion would be Shadow Dragon Saga, maybe key plus 4, 150 across the board, or something like that. Or they could just do Shadow Dragon Saga key plus 3, 170 to, like, I don't know, attack and defense, and then 130 to HP. Because, again, this category, the best leader for this category is Omega, and he's just key plus 3, 150 across the board. I think it's time this category gets a 170 leader skill. So, in terms of typing, I mean, he's definitely not going to be tech, right? Otherwise, this guy would become obsolete pretty much until his EZA. But looking at this list, just for the Shadow Dragon Saga in particular, I guess we could probably say Int, right? Int is the typing on this category that doesn't really have a big unit on it. I mean, Omega is physical. The Super Saiyan 4 Goku's AGL, Vegeta's STR, and then Oceanus, I guess, is Int, but Oceanus isn't really what I would call a big-time unit. And then Tech, he's just not going to be Tech because the existing one's Tech, so I think that only leaves Int as a typing that I would like to see for this guy. Maybe he ends up being physical. So I would say the two that I would maybe see this guy being are physical or Int. I'd be happy with either one of those typings for this guy. But that's pretty much all I have for this. So you guys can let me know down below what you think, what you want to see out of this guy. I threw this idea out there in the podcast, but because both versions right now sort of have like a kind of a down period, what if they released this guy in JP and then Global got a Omega? To sort of counteract this, because remember, when Global got the LRUI Goku first, JP got Kefla. So it was sort of like a Global versus JP theme or scenario. So they could do that again here if they want to fill in the gap of time on Global right now. So you guys can let me know what you think. Very excited for this guy, and keep your eye on this because the hero stuff is coming soon and it's going to be hype. I'll see you all in the next one.